Say hi, Mello. Say hi to everybody, Mello. Say welcome. Welcome to Embroidery Happy Hour. Hello, everybody. Mello wanted to get in early and say hello. You said hello already. Yes, you did. Okay, now you're going to let me work? Okay. All right, guys. Hope everybody is doing great this evening. So, if you guys did not see my post on Facebook, I tried to do a video for you guys on patches. And the first time that I did the patches, yeah, I know you there smiling. The first time that I did the patches, there was a problem with the sound, right? So I tried to go ahead and video the the project again. But somebody decided to run around in the sewing room and knock down the camera. So that didn't work out really well. So he was kind of rambunctious. So I came on and I said, you know what? That's it. Right, Mello? And mommy gave up. So we just said, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to do an embroidery happy hour on patches, right? That's right. So I could see he's a little rambunctious tonight, too. I don't know what's going on. So, anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about patches and how to make them, what are the different ways you can do them, and also alternatives. Because one of the reasons that I was trying to do that video was because somebody came out and said, do you have to buy the Merly patch software from In Brilliance in order to be able to make patches, right? Is there another way? The answer really is no. There is another way that you can do patches and you don't have to buy the module, because I know that it can get expensive, all right? And people are always looking for, different alternatives and stuff like that. So I wanted to do a video showing how to do it in using the module from Embrilliance. And also, if you don't have the module of Embrilliance, what are other options that you have if you want to make some patches, right? So let's talk about that, okay? So first, what I want to do is I do want to bring up Embrilliance. I'm going to be sharing my screen because what I want to do is I want to show you guys and talk you through it, okay? Because I'm a visual learner, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are like that, just like I am. And sometimes when you see something, when someone's explaining it to you, it kind of makes sense, okay? So what I want to do is I want to show you guys both options. If you were to be using the Embrilliance software module, what are the benefits? What are you going to get out of it and stuff like that? And then let's say you just don't have it, right? And you still want to make the patches and everything. What methods can you do without Embrilliance that you can go ahead and make your own patches, right? All right, so let's get started. All right, so first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about the Embrilliance side, okay? But before we get into anything, though, I do want to make just share a couple of things with you, and I'm going to try to make it real quick, okay? I registered for my classes. As you guys know, I should have had this. Hold on, excuse me. I'm going to go reach over you guys because I want to pull this out, and I'm knocking down a whole bunch of stuff. Sorry. All right, so I knocked down a whole bunch of stuff I was trying to get at. I shouldn't have pulled it, but that's all right. I'll fix all that stuff later. I got my pamphlet for the upcoming Original Sewing and Quilt Expo that is being hosted in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I've already registered for some of the classes, and this year what I chose to do was I wanted to do everything serger, right? So I wanted to really learn my sergers really well. For you guys that follow me, you guys know that I own two sergers. I have the Brother 1034DX, and I also purchased the Airflow 3000, which I got to tell you, I really love both of them, right? So this week I have been using them a lot. I use both machines. So one of the things that I did with the machines with my serger this week was I had a bunch of kitchen towels that I had made errors on, because as you guys know, I'm an Etsy shop. I sell a lot of the kitchen towels. So sometimes I make a mistake, right? And sometimes it's really not, really a safe, I don't really save money by, taking out the Peggy Stitch eraser and trying to undo the the mistake, right? So usually what I'll do is I'll just take the towel and I just slice the portion where I made the mistake in, and then I just fold it up and then I put it aside. Now, one of the things that I was thinking of doing was I was thinking of learning how to do the towel topper, where, I can just use half a towel and I can do the towel topper. However, though, I kind of shied away from it. So I was just, or not really shied away from it. I really didn't have time to learn how to do that and stuff. One day I do have to make a time to sit with Miss Banks and really learn how to do that. So sorry about that. So, but I ended up having a whole bunch of towels, right? And they're all cut in half and all these different sizes. So when my husband mentioned we're running out of washcloths, right? So I'm like, okay. So I saw those towels, right? And then I said, wait a minute, I got these towels. So one of the things that I did was I pulled out the serger, and I have different color serger threads. So what I did was I took the towels that I had and I cut them in fours, and then I used my serger, and I have a whole bunch now, and I just serged up the edges, so it came out really good. Now, as you can see, like, this edge is kind of like all messed up, but the thing is, these are for me and and for us, so I really don't care. But if you were to make these to sell them, make sure that you seal the edges, okay? If you cut them, make sure that you use fray check, so that way it's nice, a little fabric glue, so that way you can secure the edges and stuff. But it's for us, and so I just thought these were really cute. And I also came out with a thought also while I was making these. Now, some of you guys know that I really love home decor. Okay, so a lot of my embroidery is really towards decorating the home, personalizing things for folks, and everything. So, kitchen towels, dinner napkins, those are really like my thing. So when I saw this, I was also thinking about some of the things that I do when I have guests that come visit me. Okay. A lot of times when people visit and they're going to like spend a weekend with me and my husband, what I'll do is when I dress up the guest room and the guest bathroom, I usually take a bath towel set. I'll usually go to Walmart or Target and I'll just buy a bath towel set. And then the bath towel set, I will initial it with their initials, or, and then one of the things that came to my mind was these washcloths. I'm like, wait a minute, I can take these washcloths, and then what I can do is I can actually embroider them with their names on it. So this is the one I put with Jeannie, and then what I do is I added the little knockdown stitches, which I got to tell you, I really don't like. So I think if I was to do this all over again, I would just do the name and not do the knockdown stitches. Or if I did do the knockdown stitches, I would do the knockdown stitches in the same color as the towel. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to put this up right close to the camera. And I don't know if you guys can really, really see, but in the yellow, right, I feel like you can still see some of the white. It's not really like very, very like solid, right? So it's not the solid look that I really would have wanted in here. So I was kind of like, yeah, it's okay, but this is just for me, right? So so I gotta tell you, I had fun making these, and I made a lot of them. And my mom and my sister, are probably gonna get a whole bunch, because I these are these are just some of the ones that I made. So probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take half of them and the other half, and I'm gonna send this half to my mom and this half to Nancy. So that way I'm like, oh, okay. So I figured these were really cute. And all I did was use my serger with some color thread. And I thought this is really cute for people to use as a washcloth, for people to wash their dishes. If if you don't use a sponge, if you use one of these, or just, put on your while you're cleaning your house, like I use pledge on my wood furniture. So I thought these would be really, really cute, and I really liked the idea of taking these and then actually just embroidering your guest's name on them, so that way they can have a little towel that they can use while they're visiting you. And then they also get to take it as a gift. Okay. So I usually do that. Usually I'll buy like pillowcases, and then on the edge of the pillowcase, I'll embroider their name, and then on the bath towels, I'll put their initials. And then I thought this would be a nice add-in in the bathroom. Because I know I use these in the sink, so that way I can put my toothbrush on it and all that kind of stuff and everything, so that way I don't get the sink dirty. So so I thought this was a pretty neat idea. Okay. So anyway, going back to this, I'm jumping around a little, but you guys that have watched me for a long time, you guys know how I do. Okay. So going back to this, I signed up for serger classes. So because of I started doing all my serger. I really want to learn the serger. I really want to know how the functionality works and everything. And I saw that they had some really neat classes. So I signed up for Serger 911, Essential Serger Skills, Understanding the Anatomy of Your Serger. And then I signed up for one project class, which is 5 zippers, 5 bags, and 1 serger. So I got 4 classes in this year. This is going to be the first time I'm going to be taking classes at the expo. So I'm pretty excited about that. And they even tell you, like, they give you like a supply list of things that you have to bring, right? So I'm pretty hyped about that, and I'm pretty excited because the last year that when I went, it was just I went the last day, and all I did was just kind of like looked around and shopped around just to see what they had because I never been before. But now I'm pretty excited. So this year is all serger because I really want to make the best of my serger. And as you can see, I'm already having a lot of fun with it, making all this stuff. So this came out, really cool. So I finally know what I'm going to do with that big stash. And I have more, okay? I have more. So this is by no means all of it. But I'm going to be making a lot more of these. So I'm pretty psyched that I pretty much like, I like playing around with the sergers and stuff. So anyway, all right. So I am going to now talk to you guys about patches, okay? Because Mello did not, even though it wasn't Mello's fault the first time. I don't know what happened to the camera, but I lost my voice in the camera, so you couldn't really hear what I was saying. But the second time, Mello was running around and he actually knocked down the camera, so I was just like, okay, he's not going to let me do it. So we're going to do it in the live, and I'm going to show you guys all about patches. And I even had my embroidery machines going. And I created, yep, here it is. I got them all. Okay. And I created some patches so that way we could take a look at the difference. Okay. Because one of the things too, and that I've always mentioned to people is when you're doing embroidery, okay, there's a lot of different ways that you can do embroidery, but what's really important is the quality. Okay. Quality is really important, especially if you're doing embroidery as a business. All right. So you really don't want to skip on that because the moment you skip on quality, your business can really go downhill pretty quickly. Okay. Because people are going to be like, okay, this is really shoddy work. And, next thing you know, they're going somewhere else. All right. One of the things that I noticed too is that when you do quality work, people don't mind paying what you ask for. Okay. It's when you do the shoddy work that when they come on, they give you that look. Okay. So, just something that I want to mention. But let's go, and I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to add in Brilliance. And before I do that, let me set up the other screen because I want to make sure that you are seeing exactly what I am trying to show you. Okay. So I'm trying to get everything here situated. Sorry. I did have the embroidery machines running before, and that's why I'm a little off base right now, but don't worry. We'll get there. Okay. So here we go. Let me launch this. And so that way I can see exactly what you guys are seeing. You may distract me a little bit, but that's okay. But I want to make sure that, I don't mess up on the screens and stuff like that. Okay, good. It looks like you can. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this, and I am going to go straight into In Brilliance, and I'm going to open it up. Okay. Now, All right, in Brilliance, there is a module called Merly Patches. Okay, usually it's about like $200 to get that module. Now, when you buy that module, there are several things that you get. You get a library of patch edges, and you also get the capability of creating your own patch edge. Okay, the other thing that also comes with that module is you get a whole bunch of fonts that come with it, like little mini fonts that you can put inside of a patch if you're trying to make, a patch and stuff. So I just want to show you exactly what it is that you get and the capabilities that you're getting if you decide that you want to get this module. All right, so as you can see, like right here, well, this is a 5x5 hoop, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. There you go. I'm going to click on here, and as you can see, let's see, right here, I'm going to click on this down box, and then right here you're going to see it says in Brilliance Merly, and I'm going to select that. Now, when I select that library, because that's the library of borders that you get, these are all the border patches that you're going to get with the software. You get a whole bunch of different shields. Okay, these are all patches that you can pick from. We even have the Air Force banner. That's pretty cool. They have these different types of shapes. Okay, like you got the heart shape, you got little, triangles and stuff like that. The different types of circles, different types of squares and stuff. That you can add more shapes. So you can see I'm going down, and I know I'm going pretty quick, but I just wanted to just give you a little overview and stuff. And then you have little stars, right? So different stars and stuff like that. So you can just go in here. Okay, and I'm going to go into the shapes for now, and then I'll just select this, and then I hit OK. And as you can see, it just brings right into the edge, right? So this is the edge of a patch, right? Now, if I click on the patch, okay, as soon as I get it, in here on the right hand side, you see like a little tab, and it says interactive. Now, interactive, if you hit that little add point that goes down, right? You see that little thing going in there. Here you have an option. It says add light fill, right? And then if you select that, as you can see right here, it automatically like fills in the inside. And then you can go under color, and then here it's like the different, you can change the color if you want, right? So let's say I want to change the inside. Oh, I don't know. I'll just pick anything. Well, this is the edge. Okay. Now this is the inside, which is this color. And let's say, I don't know, I'll just pick anything because I'm just playing around with this. Here, we'll pick pink. You see, so you're creating your own patch, right? Now, I do want to make this a little bit bigger because I want to show you something. Okay. It's as I make this bigger, I want you to really take a really good look at the stitches inside this patch. Okay, this is the fill, the pink. Okay, I want you to take a look at it, and if you really look good, let me make it just a little bit bigger so you can really see. You're going to see that it's a very tight stitch, right? You really don't see any type of spacing between the stitches at all. It looks like a really solid it looks like a solid piece of fabric. Okay, now Merly edges, and I'm sorry, I think I hit something, so let me go back. Sometimes this stuff just doesn't agree with me here. All right, now I want you to also look at the edge, all right, of this patch. And as you can see, like, and I'm going to try to lightly move it. You see right here, the edging right here. This is a Merly style patch edge. Okay, a lot of times people think that this is not supposed to be here. It is. That is the Merly style edge. All right. Sometimes what people are looking for is a satin stitch. All right. And that's not really like a patch stitch. Usually what happens is when you take a patch and you're not only supposed to glue it on a piece of fabric or your item, you're also supposed to sew your patch. So when you're sewing your patch, usually right where you see these little edges right here, this is where you sew. And this will be filled up with your sewing thread. Okay. So, sometimes people don't like this type of edge, and that's okay if you don't like it. It's not for everybody, but it's a different type of style. Some people like it, some people don't, but it is what it is. But this is what a Merle style edge patch is. All right. Now, some people come out and say, well, Jeanette, I don't want to spend the money on embroiderings, right? And let's say, okay, let me get this out of here. Let's see, let's remove this. Okay, so all right, so let's say that you don't want to buy the software, right? For whatever reason, right? Maybe you're really not into patches and you only just want to make one or two, or you just want to, you're not a big patch thing, or whatever the reason, who cares, right? You just don't want to do it. You don't want to get the module of embroidery. Can you do a patch without embroidery? The answer is yes, you can. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, let me see something. I'm going to share another screen with you. Okay. Because I want to show you something. It's another way that you can do this without the software if you want to. Okay. And hold on, I want to share this with you. There we go. Okay, so let me see is it in there? Okay, it is. All right, cool. So let me get back in here. What you want to do is you can go into Etsy, okay, and you can type in Merle patch embroidery file. Okay, if you know the size of the outline that you need, okay, and the style that you want, all you have to do is look, and you can see that people actually do sell these. Like, look right here. Here's one person. Okay, wow, 8 people got in their cart. So here is the patch applique. All right, so what you're doing is you're buying the edge. Okay, now the thing is that some people come out and they say, well, all right, let's say I buy the edge, right? But I want to do a fill, but I don't want to buy the software. Okay, some people may come out and they say, hey, is there a way you can do this, right? Well, let's go back to in Brilliance, and I want to show you. I experimented with that and it didn't work too well. Okay, so I want to show you how I did it and why it didn't work. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that because I want to show that to you because I think it's important that you guys see this. Okay, where is it? Where are you? All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to open it up. Okay, let me see if I can get back into, here it is. All righty. Okay. All right. Are you in there? Yes, you are. Okay, cool. All right. So let me do this now. All right. I'm in Brilliance right now. Okay. Let's say I'm going to take out, as a matter of fact, let me just delete this. All right. Let's do this again. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into library and I'm going to pull the edging, right? Let's just pull the edging again. Okay. So you know how I showed you guys that file that you could have bought from Etsy, right? Okay. So let's say you bought that. So, and you go ahead and you have it. This is what you bought. Okay. You just bought the edge. All right. So there are two things with the edge. First of all, it's just an edge, right? And in here, you can go ahead and you can put the letters. Okay, you can put the letters if you want. Oops, I used the wrong keyboard. Okay. All right, so we got Mello's name in there, right? But let's say you wanted to do a fill, right? Just like I was showing you guys before. Now, of course, you just got that file. So because you have the file, you're not going to get that capability to do that interactive fill in there, right? Some of you guys may have enthusiasts and they may come out and say, hey, then, okay, I'm going to do knockdown stitches. I'm going to add knockdown stitches to that. And then that should take care of it. Well, let's try that. Let's see. I'm going to click on this and then I'm going to go up and I'm going to hit knockdown stitches. I'm going to do bi-directional. Okay, let me make this bigger so we can take a look at it and let's see what we got. Okay, is it going to make it bigger? What is going on here? Okay, there we go. All right, let's make this bigger. All right, now, there we go. All right, so here it is with the knockdown stitches. Okay, so is this going to work? My answer to you is I don't think so. It might, it may not. Now, right off the bat, okay, I'm going to move my mouse and I want you to see something. As you can see, you got your fill, right? You got your letters, you got your edging. However, though, let's look at this fill a little closely. And as you can see right here on the edging, you see how you have right here the white thread. The white thread went beyond the edging of the patch. You could kind of go and select your outlay and you can probably like move it in some. Okay, see how I'm moving it in? You can do that. You can make the adjustment. And that's something that I would probably do. Okay. And as you can see, let me see, I'm going to move it down a little bit here. And then see how you have this here. Then you're going to want to like pull it up here. Okay, you may want to do this. This is a way you can probably do it. Okay. Pulling it in. All right, so now let's take a look at it as a whole and see what it looks like. There you go. That looks better to me, right? That looks better, okay? So if you have enthusiasts, you can do a knockdown stitch. Now, the question, how will it look? Will it look as solid as if I did a patch using the intro? Okay, now I'm going to stop sharing because I want you to hold on. Let me see this here because I want you to see the stitch outs. Okay, all right, so I got two patches here. Okay, now this patch is made on the twill. Okay, this is twill material and this is what is recommended whenever you're doing patches. Okay, this is a Merly patch and it has the fill in, and I'm going to put it real close to the camera so you guys can really take a look at this work. So as you can see, the patch looks really solid. Okay, look at the inside. All right, let me get a little pointer here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Look at this portion right here. See how right here, this one right here, see how solid that looks? Okay, it looks solid, right? So I'm like, oh, this looks good. Okay, now this, what I did was on purpose. I embroidered this on plastic, not on the twill. Okay, the reason why I did this on the plastic is because I wanted to see those knockdown stitches. Is it as solid? Okay, is it a solid stitch, right? And I'm going to tell you, I look at it and I'll let you be the judge. I'm going to hold this to the camera really quick. I want you to look at it. Look at the inside. Okay? The white inside. All right? And you tell me what you think. Does it look as solid as this? Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you my response is no. As you can see, it looks like a bunch of squares. Let me see if I can point it out to you real quick too, so that you guys can see. Look at the inside, and you can see it looks like squares. Looks like holes, right? That's the concern that I have, is the holes that you see in here, okay? So some folks might be tempted to come on and say, hey, let me use the knockdown stitches as a fill-in for a patch. And the quality is not going to be the same, okay? It's just really not. So it's not something that I personally would recommend. If you don't, as you can see also, when I went ahead and I stitched this out, you know how before I modified the knockdown stitches to go underneath the border? Here I didn't, okay? I just stitched it out as is so that you guys could see what it would look like if you went ahead and you just stitched it out. Now, when you are cutting a patch, right? You're going to be taking a scissor, and I recommend, especially the round ones, what you do is you want to use a round scissor, the scissors that have the curve. The reason why it makes it more easier for you to cut as close to these stitches as possible without cutting the stitches, okay? That's why I say that, all right? And then every time I'm done cutting a stitch, I use a hot knife, and I take the hot knife, and then I just run it through the edge of the patch so that it can seal it, okay? And then what I also do is in the back, okay, I take heat and bond light, or you could use fabric glue too if you want. Put the fabric glue, and then I put it on the garment. Then what I do is I take it to the machine, and then I stitch inside, okay, inside right where those little things are that you see right here inside. Then I go ahead and with the sewing machine, and I don't go fast, I go slow. So what I usually do is I take my sewing machine and I put it on the slow speed, and then I go ahead and then I just sew on the outside, okay? Always sew the patch. Always try to sew the patch if you can. I'm serious, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because even though you put glue, you probably put a lot of glue and all that kind of stuff. You probably use a heat press and all that kind of stuff. It looks more professional, and you don't know after all the washes that garment is going to go through, it might fall off. And if it falls off, it could be a problem. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying? So, something to consider and stuff like that. Now, the thing, you know, that I wanted to tell you guys is, you know, if you buy the twill, right? And let's say that you buy the edge of the patch, okay? You can still create the patch, all right? You don't have to do the filling if you don't want to do the filling. I have a patch right here. This doesn't have the filling, okay? This is just the twill. Look at it. This is just the twill. The inside is the right here. This is not knocked down, okay? This is not fill or anything like that. This is the actual twill. And all this is the edging. And then all I did was put the initial. So this is what it would look like. That's it. Okay. Now the twill comes in different colors. Okay. So what I usually do is I buy like a yard of each color twill that I think I may use. And a lot of times when I'm making the patch, whatever the fill is going to be, I match that up with the twill. Okay. Sometimes I like to add the fill because the fill kind of gives the patch a little more strength. All right. It's not as flimsy, But honestly, if you have something like this, okay, and it's going to be sewn on a garment or something like that, the customer may not even want or care that you put the inside stitch or not, okay, and stuff. So it's just something to just think about, okay. Now the thing with, like I said, with the Merly patch, what I kind of like is that you actually have a lot of things that you can do. All right. There's another thing also where you can create, let's say those shapes that the software gave you isn't going to cut it for you, because maybe you're making a custom patch and you need the size to go along with the patch that you're making, right? Because sometimes you'll have like maybe let's say a motorcycle club, right? Let's say a motorcycle club or any kind of club, right? They come up to you and then they come on and they say, hey, Jeanette, I want you to, I have this design and we love it so much and we want it in the back of our leather jackets because we want to look cool, right? And meanwhile, the design is probably, I don't know, maybe big, right? Okay, so let me go to Embroidery because I want to add this back in. And I want to show you how that would work, okay? All right, so I'm going back in here. I'm going to make this big. Let's take all this out. All right, I'm going to delete everything. Okay, we're going to start fresh, okay? We're going to start fresh. All right, so let's see. Okay, I got a 9x9. Hit and apply. Okay, if you're not seeing my thing, you go click view, draw hoop. Okay, that means that I have this too big. Where's my hoop? There you go. There's my hoop. All right, I just had it zoomed way too big. All right, so let's say, let's say, let's do my name. My name's pretty big, right? I have 8 letters in my name. I always used to hate that my name was so big, but oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna pick my favorite font. Where's my favorite font? Oh, okay, we'll do this one. Oh, okay, so let me add my name. All right, so let's put this a little bit closer here, make it cuter. You know, it's one thing about some of this stuff is that you just have to let me just move this over. I'll just drag it. There you go. All right, cool. All right. Ooh, okay. Let me go back to the J. This is another thing that I do, guys. Sometimes, you can make adjustments to fonts. So I'm going to make it up a little bit. There you go. Look how cute. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay, I could live with that. All right. So let's play around with this and let me show you something else that you can do with Embroidery. You know, um, let's say that this is huge. All right, now I'm going to make it bigger. Let me try to make it as big. All right, and then let me center it. All right, so we got it kind of big. All right. What I can do is under utility, you're going to get an option that says add the patch edge. You can add a rectangular. Okay. And what we will do is it will actually go around your whole image, right? It adds that patch right there around your image. Really cute. Okay. And it's quick. So the thing is, when you are purchasing the edge individually, like I was showing you before, as an option, if you want to do that, when you're buying it, you're only buying it at that particular size. So depending on what you are trying to do, creating a design into a patch, you may need it to be different sizes, right? You may need something to be bigger, smaller, I don't know, whatever, right? But if you have the software, you don't have to worry about that, because whatever your design is, the edge will go around it. Okay. So let's say I don't want the square patch anymore. I'm going to remove that. And then I'm going to say, you know what? I want to add a circle. So there's my circle. Okay. So cute. And then as I was saying before, we can add the fill and stuff if you want. Now, I wanted to show you something else that comes with Merly patches that I thought was so freaking cute. And I was like, oh, this is cute. I could see this. I could see using this. Under utility, where it says add patch edge, where I added the rectangular and the circle, there is something called page wrap. You select that and look what happens. Isn't that cute? So it actually kind of like creates the patch edge around your image. So like, let's say you have a design or something like that, and you don't want a plain regular circle, or you don't want a plain regular square to be the edging. You just want a very unique looking patch. You add, you select that and look how cute that looks. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and you can select the color that you want for your edging. See, I picked red. That's cute. And then let's say I wanted to add the fill. Okay, you can add the fill here too. So I would select the patch. I would go under interactive and then click on here. And then I can add the advanced fill, and there's your fill. Go back under the color tab. Okay, this is the fill, and I don't want that to be that color. Let's say I want, I don't know, something nice, cute, bright. Where's my yellow? Look at how cute that is. So, I was thinking when I was looking at this style of patch edge, I was thinking, oh my God, that would be really cute for hand towels. Okay. So let me show you. I'm going to get out of here because I just wanted to show you something else that you can do. If you get the software. Okay. So like I said, do you have to get the software to create a patch? No, you don't. You don't really have to get it to create a patch, okay? However, though, there are certain things that the software, certain capabilities that the software gives you to create making a patch more customizable. I guess that's what I kind of wanted to like share. And then also in the video, I just wanted to share with you guys that you can buy the Merly edges. All right. It's just that you just get the edge. That's it. Now, I am sure though, if you probably do a search on Etsy and you type in something like Merly patch edge with fill, I bet you can buy the edge with the actual fill. And then all you have to do is just change the colors and everything. The only thing that I say though is remember, you're limited to the size you purchase unless you find someone that is selling like a set with the different sizes and stuff like that. Now, when I was looking at the prices online about people that were just selling the edges, the files really weren't that costly. They were asking between like $2 to $5, and I did find someone that was selling like the set of all the edges and stuff like that, and I think they were asking for like $60, something like that. So I was compare that to the cost of actually buying the module. That is a considerable amount of savings, okay? But like I said, it just really depends on, are you heavy into making patches? Do you think that this is something that your business is really going to be using a lot? If so, then my recommendation honestly would be you may want to just bite the bullet, just save the money, and then as time goes on, eventually want to invest in it, for the simple fact that if it is part of your business, right, that you're providing patch services, you're going to want the capability to create custom patches because you don't know the type of custom patches that your customers are going to want. Like I said, they may not all be 3 inches. They may not all be 1 inch. They may not all be 4 inches. Some may be big, small, whatever. So you may want to have to adjust your patch, okay? Now, let me show you something that I did. Now, I took one of my washcloths, and what I did was I should have snipped this. I didn't snip it. Where's my scissor? I have a little loose thread and stuff. Hold on. Mello, where's my scissor? Okay. All right. I always blame everything on Mello. Okay. Poor Mello. Poor Mello, and he's the supervisor of the shop. All right, hold on. I got a loose thread, and that bothers me when I have loose thread because you guys know I like this to look good. Now, this is an actual patch that I embroidered on the actual item, okay? I did not create the patch. And then, as a matter of fact, what I will do, I got circled this. Hold on. Okay, so that you can see what the difference, okay, looks like, okay? This is a washcloth, you know, the ones that I serged. And I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the actual patch, okay? Well, the embroidery file of the patch. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to embroider it on the towel. This is what it looks like. Okay, let me just fold this before I hold it so that way you guys can take a really good look at what it actually looks like. All right, this is what it looks like. Okay, this is being embroidered on the towel. Okay, not on twill. It's not on twill. Okay, so as you can see, it looks nice and clean and it looks okay. The only thing that I will tell you I don't like is the edging. Merly edges have those little, you know, spaces in there, okay? And I'm not too thrilled about it, but that's all right. Now, this is the same thing, okay? And I want you to do a comparison and look. And as you can see, I don't know about you guys, but I love the way the patch looks on the actual twill than when I embroidered it on the towel. I don't like this one, okay? This one I don't care for, all right? But I do like the way it came out on the twill, all right? So I don't think I would do this again, okay? Because I don't like the way it looked, okay? So with this, and I'll cut it on the side so that you guys can see. And see, I have the curved scissors, okay? And then what I do is I just cut right here on the edges, okay? But you're cutting close to the stitches, but you don't cut the stitches, okay? It's kind of like applique. You know, when you're doing applique, right? And you have your tack down stitches, you don't want to cut your tack down stitches. You just want to cut the fabric as close to the tack down stitches as possible. That's how this is, okay? But I'm cutting this right now because I just want you guys to also see the difference as to why I prefer, me personally, to do the patches this way using twill. Okay, now, of course, I don't have a hot knife with me right now, okay? When I do the hot knife, I always go into the bathroom and I close the door, and I use the hot knife there because I'm always afraid that, Mello knocked down the camera, so he could accidentally knock down a hot knife, and then I don't want him getting burned or hurt or anything like that. That's my little buddy. So I usually, if you have kids or something like that, make sure that when you're using the hot knife, that you're using it in a nice, secure place. Okay. That that way nobody gets hurt. Now, let's go back to this. Okay. So as you can see, this is a patch that's actually embroidered right on the towel. Okay. Now, this is a patch that's actually embroidered on the twill. As you can see right away, you can, to me, it just looks a lot better. It looks richer. This is, that's the word I'm looking for. It really looks rich. And then what I would do is I would take this and I would glue it on here. And then I would go ahead and then sew it around the edges. Okay. Take the sewing machine and go around the edges. If I was to do that, and I want to try to put this against this so you guys can see. For me personally, okay, see how that looks against the towel? Okay. For me personally, I think this looks richer. It looks more solid. It looks better. Okay. I mean, that's just me, you know? I like my stuff to really look good. I mean, everything that I do in my shop, when I do my embroidery for my local customers and stuff like that, if my stuff cannot look prestige, if it's not leaving here. It's just not. I won't take the job if I know for sure that I can't do an excellent. Because I'm telling you, reputation means everything. So some people might be okay with this. Some people might be okay. Personally, me, no. I don't like this. This is not something that I would do. Okay. Now, what would I recommend? Like, let's say you don't want to do like patches on a twill, but you have like a patch and you want to do it directly on the garment. And I've done that. And I've done patches on the polo shirts and everything like that. What I do in those situations is I work with a digitizer. And then what they do is these edges is not a Merly edge. It's usually a satin stitch edge that we use. So that way this looks really, really solid. Okay. That's usually how I do the logos on shirts. So if I have like a logo that is circle, if you guys saw the video where I did the polos for the women's the Dominion's Women's Club. Okay, I did a whole bunch of their polo shirts. I did the logo for them and everything, and it was round. It looked like a patch, but I worked with my digitizer, and he did a satin stitch around the circle. Okay, he did not do the Merly patch, but I do like the Merly patch. I like this look. Some people do, some people don't. Okay, but that is one thing also when you're working with customers. Make sure you tell them I use a Merly patch edge. Do you know what that is? Okay, because you don't want, some people do have a problem with it. They don't like this edge. Okay, they want a satin stitch edge, and that's okay. And you know what? I bet you can probably go on Etsy and you can probably type satin stitch edging, right? Satin stitch edge, a circle, whatever embroidery designs, and you can find them. Okay, so just wanted to share all this stuff. Did I share you guys everything? Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to do the light to talk to you guys about the patches and the different alternatives. All right. Because I really wanted to do the video to show you guys options. Now, at the end of the day, the question, do you need the software? Not really. If you're only going to do one or two patches and you're really not doing it as a business, okay, and you're just doing it as for a friend, for a gift or something like that, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that. Buy the edge, okay? That's what I would say. Buy the edge. Do it this way. Just do it this way, okay? Buy the twill. You don't have to buy a whole lot. Like I have a lot, but I do a lot of patches, you know what I'm saying? So I use it, okay? But, just buy like a yard. Buy a yard and, and then just do it this way, okay? As you see, this is twill. This is the edging, if this is the edge that you want, okay? Or you can just get a satin stitch edge or something like that and then put the inside. And then it's the same concept. Take a hot knife. When you take the hot knife, just run it over the edges so you can make sure you seal it. You put the glue. Some people use the heat and bond glue, and you can heat it wherever you want to put it, and then go ahead and sew the edges. You know, you don't have to spend the money if it's not something that you're going to be doing all the time. Okay. However, though, if it is something for your business, and this is something that you're going to offer people, and you're going to come out and say, yeah, I do patches and stuff like that, understand that everyone, you know, patches are different. They're not all circles, they're not all triangles, they're not all diamonds or whatever, you know. So you may want to have that capability so that you can create custom edges, so that you can do the fills, you know, so that you can modify it. And the other thing I forgot to mention also is, and let me share this with you guys so that you guys can see, when you get the let me do a new one. When you get, and I'm going to do the type, and then I want you to look over on the where my arrow is right now, and I'm going to just do an M. Okay, right here, okay, where you see Merly, look at all these fonts. You see where it has Merly Air, it has Merly Air 60 weight. Okay, I'm going to click on that. Look how small those fonts are. So, you know, and let me up it, but this is a small font. Okay, now as you saw, it said Merly 60 weight, so that means 60 weight thread with a 65.9 needle. Okay, the thing is, sometimes with patches, you can't use, you know, very big fonts unless you're planning on making a really big patch for the back of a jacket or something like that. Okay, a lot of times, sometimes you need these small little fonts. And if you look on here, when you get, that's the other thing too that I wanted to mention to you guys. Not only do you get all the different types of edging, you get the library, all right, and you also get the capability of customizing the edge. You also get the library of fonts, small mini fonts, okay, that you can use for the patches, or you can use for anything else, which I've used for lots of other stuff. Like sometimes people want a logo, but they just don't want the patch, they just want the name. I'll use these small Merly fonts, and you know, of course, you know, and it works. And you know, and they got some really cute ones. A lot of them are block style. Okay, some are a little bigger, some are mini. They got the army, you know, the army style. They got the air. I think that's Air Force. They got Coast Guard right here. This is the Coast Guard font. Yeah, so they got a whole bunch. Okay, so you get all these. You get 60 weights and stuff. You really get, and they have the minis, which the minis are smaller. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to really show you guys that as well, because there is a lot of things that you do get. Okay, so you know, a lot of times people be like, damn, that's a lot of money. But in all honesty, it is a lot of money, but you do get a lot of capability for that. So to me, it was worth it. And the thing is, I do offer patches a lot for my shop, so you know, it was worth the investment for me. Okay, so but like I said, there are ways around it. Okay, if you want to make a patch by the edge. And the other thing too, okay, you know how they offer all those small fonts? You can get small fonts too. Okay, I know Stitchtopia sells fonts. You know, and you can probably even go on Etsy and you could type mini fonts. Okay, and I'm sure you can get different styles of font and everything. But please remember that when you are dealing with small fonts, you really want to use 60 weight thread. You want to use a 65.9 needle, and you also want to slow that machine down. Okay, you really don't want your machine going fast. You don't need, you know, because sometimes machines, when they go fast, they can sometimes skip stitches and all that kind of stuff and everything. I like to take my time, and like I said, everything out of that comes out of here, it's got to be top notch. If it's not top notch, it's not leaving. Okay, because reputation means everything. Okay, so guys, it is 9 o'clock, and think I covered everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about the patches and giving you guys options of how to make patches and all that kind of stuff, and what would work, what wouldn't work, what you should really look at, and all that kind of stuff. So I am going to go now to the chat and answer questions. If you guys have questions about it, and stuff, ask away, because I got all the stuff running and everything. We can try it and we can, see what works, see what doesn't work and stuff. So, let me go down the chat and say hi to everybody. All right. I see Sylvia. How are you? I see Deborah. I see Becky. Hey, Robin. How you doing? Hey, Linda from Wisconsin. Hey, Sassy. I see Robin Quilt Basket. Hey, Diane. How are you? Marlena. Aloha. How are you? Hola. Hey, Joanne. How you doing? Hey, Wanda. How are you? I see Shirley here. Hey, Judy. How you doing? From North Carolina. I got people from all over the place. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Faith. Hey, Miss Baker. How are you? Jayla. How you doing? Mary from VA, Virginia. I hope you guys are going to the sewing quilt shop. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm telling you, I took leave from work and everything because, hey, I want to be there all 3 days. I want to have fun. I am telling you. Anna, how you doing? Hey, Miss Jones. Hey, Faith, how are you? I see my sister Nancy. How are you? Hey, baby giant. How you doing? Hey, Angela. Hey, Miss Max, how are you? Thanks for the patch info. I bought the Merly though. I like the look better. I intend to make a bunch of patches. Oh, okay. And stuff. Well, I wanted to make sure, I know a lot of people have reached out to me about the patch question, right? And my thing, and this is the thing, okay? I like to be flat out honest, okay? I really truly do. Embroidery is expensive, all right? So I like to, tell people my personal experience, and I always emphasize this is my experience, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be your experience or someone else's and stuff like that. This is how I work. This is what works for me, okay? However, though, I'm also very conscientious of other people, okay? Embroidery is very expensive, all right? A lot of times people get into this because of a hobby. I know that's how I started it. I kind of liked it and I just wanted to try it out. And I loved it so much that it ended up growing into a business for me. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Jay. Appreciate it. It grew into a business for me. And, I like, it can get expensive, all right? Because I remember when I first started doing embroidery, I just bought the SC1900. I bought a pack of tearaway stabilizer, and then I bought a box of sim threads, okay, of 63 colors. That's how I started. I bought those three things. And I'm going to tell you, when I bought those three things, I was kind of like, oh my God, I already spent a lot of money, because the single needle machine was $1,000. Then I had to buy the stabilizer. Then I had to buy the thread. And then I just bought a pack of towels that I just went to Walmart and I got. And then I started to do embroidery, and I started testing out the designs that came with the machine. I didn't even buy embroidery designs yet. But as time went on, as you start learning more and more about embroidery, you start to end up buying designs, buying more thread, buying more needles, and you end up buying more tools, because as you start to enhance your skill, you start to look into embroidering different products. And as you start embroidering different products, you end up learning that you need more stuff, okay? Different hoops, different types of threads. You got metallic thread, then you got 40 weight thread, you got 60 weight thread. Then you got needles, you got 7511 needles, you got 65-9 needles. Then you end up falling into the world of stabilizers, where you have the cutaway, you got the tearaway, you got the no-show mish, you got the sticky stabilizer. Then you end up with the topper when you start saying, hey, I want to do bath towels. And then and then I learned the hard way that when you embroider the top bath towel, it looks really nice, right? And then you go and you wash it, and then you take it out of the dryer, and then you look at it, and you could barely see the stitches because the stitches kind of sunk in. And then that's when I started learning about knockdown stitches. And then I had to buy software so that way I could do the knockdown stitches. And then the softwares can be expensive. Okay. There's so many different types out there. And one of the things that I just like to just put it out what my experience is and share that with folks. Okay. Um, a lot of times people ask me, what machine should I get? I don't like to tell people what machine to get. What I like to tell people is, what are the questions you should be asking yourself when you're buying a machine? What are the things that you should be looking for when you're considering a machine? What are the things that you really need to watch out for? Because this is the thing. Everybody has a different style, okay? Not everybody, likes to sew the same way. Not everybody likes to embroider the same way. Not everybody understands the same type of machines. Same thing with the software. Okay. I use Embrilliance because I'm a Mac girl. Okay. All my products are Apple, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of embroidery software that runs on a Mac. Okay. Unless you install, I think you can install like a Windows background on a Mac so that you can run Windows applications, but I don't want to do that on my machines, even though my husband does that on his Mac, but I don't want nothing happening to my stuff. So anyway, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it, because he keeps asking me, you don't want me to do it? I'm like, no. So I tell him, leave my stuff alone. So I saw Embrilliance, and I looked at a couple of the videos, right? And that's one thing that I recommend if you're looking at embroidery software. Look, YouTube has so much information out there. So go out there, look at the different types, see if they have a lot of videos out there where you can learn from. And then also, some software, what they do is they offer free versions, right? So take the free version, load it on your machine, try it out, okay? Everybody learns differently and everybody understands differently. And the thing is, like I said, embroidery can be very, very expensive. So when you are investing, you want to make sure that you're investing in something that's going to be of value to you, which is why when people ask me a lot of questions about like what machine and what software, I don't like to really push anybody towards any type of brand, because everybody has their own way of learning, their own way of doing things. Some people are really good with complex applications. Some people are very visual learners. Some people like things very simple, so me personally, I don't like doing that, because I just, everybody's different. And I like to respect that also. I like to respect, I love, differences. I just love that. I think that's what makes this world so rich. So, to me, I like to give people options. And when someone asked me the question about, in Brilliance and, the module of the patches, my first thing is, I know me personally, it's a benefit for me, okay, and for what I do. All right, it works great. However, though, I also wanted to, just show you what I find benefit, that benefit is me. And also, I wanted to show you, what alternatives are out there. Okay, I think that's important, because not everybody's got the money to buy all these modules. Okay, so software can be very, very, very expensive. Okay, because I've heard of different ones out there, like So What Pro, but they're like Windows version. I think there's Hatch, and I honestly, I don't know anything about those, because I haven't had the chance to try them, because like I said, I don't have a Windows machine. And I'm sure they're good, because I mean, people are buying them, right? But I just wanted to give you guys a really honest opinion about Embrilliance, what I like about it, what I think is really good about it, the functionality and all that kind of stuff and everything. That way, you guys can, kind of see, you know what I mean? And see what works for you. Oh my God, I think I got another super chat. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. So, So I'm going to go down and thank you guys for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go down and I want to make sure I answer all your questions regarding this and stuff. Okay, so let me go down there. But Miss Max, I'm glad that you that you're all hooked up and stuff. Hey Annette, how are you? Hey Crafty Puerto Rican, how you doing? Let me see. I would tuck the thread back in so it does not stick out. Oh God, I wish I knew what. Oh, I guess she's talking about. Oh, Nancy, I don't even know what you're talking about. I guess you're talking about my thing. Yeah, I mean, there are so many different ways that you guys can finish serging this. Okay, there some people take a crochet hook and they take the tail, and what they do is they just stick it in. And I did that to one, just messing around with it. But the thing is, this is just for me. I'm not selling them or anything like that. Well, they're not really for me. Okay, Nancy, you're gonna get them. So so I'm sending some for my sister, and I'm going to send some to my mom because I just have so much. I got so many of those towels cut in half, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I figured this would be a good way. And I have all these really cute color serger thread, right? And I wanted to put it in good use and stuff. And I'm really excited about taking those classes in the sergers because then I could really do that, use my sergers more and stuff. But yeah, I've been having fun with my serge, as you can see. So yeah, but there's different ways that you can finish it off. Maybe I'll do a video when Mello's asleep so he doesn't knock down my camera, and I can show you guys the different ways that you can finish off the edges of a serger tail and stuff like that. So got the wrong mouse in my hand. Okay. Hey Angela and Stitches, how are you? Hey Evelyn, how you doing? Hey Peggy. Let's see. Oh wow. Oh, something happened in Maui. Yeah, Marlene. I don't listen to the news that much, which is kind of bad. I should, but I don't. And the reason why is, well, first of all, if there's something real important and stuff, I know Fred will tell me, okay? But I just find the news to be like so depressing because every time I listen to the news, it's like all the bad stuff, right? And then if there's anything good that happens in the world, they'll give you, I don't know what, like 30 seconds in the news. And I'm like, what is that? So I'm just like, so that's why I just tell Fred, just listen to the news. And if there's something for us to worry about, then we'll worry about it. Let's see. Miss Max says, with working full time, selling on Etsy and local sales, how the heck do you have time to do all that? Miss Max, I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. Okay. I have to really organize my time. I really, truly do. So, Fred kind of laughs because I am kind of nonstop. I get up super early in the morning because I start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And I get off at 3:30. So as soon as I get off at 3:30, that's when all these machines go on. And then when these machines go on, it's to fill orders. Okay. I have to do my Etsy orders and I do get quite a bit. So I get my Etsy orders, and then usually I meet with my customers after 3:30. So usually between like 4 to 6, I'm meeting with customers so that way I can talk their requirements and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm usually working till late at night. Actually, I work till like around 11 or 12 o'clock at night and stuff. And then I shut everything down and then just get some rest and everything. So yeah, I mean, I do quite a lot. But the secret, honestly, to me, the secret is making sure I'm organized and making sure that I schedule my time wisely. Okay. Do I take breaks? Absolutely. I do take breaks. Like a girlfriend of mine, Sandra, reached out to me and she was like, hey, you want to go have dinner at Sweetwater? And I right away, I was like, yes, because I needed to get out. Because sometimes what happens is I'm in this room all the time, because it's like, first I'm downstairs and I'm working, and then at 3:30, then it's like I come upstairs and then I'm in this room. So it's like I really don't get out too much unless I'm going out for a walk with Mello. And I try to walk him in the morning, and I try to walk him in the midday, and then I'll try to walk him again after dinner around like 6 o'clock, and we just walk around the neighborhood and stuff like that. So just to get fresh air, and at the same time try to get out exercise. I do also swim. So a lot of times what I'll do is at like 10 o'clock at night during the week, I do go out to the gym and then throw myself in the pool. And I love that. I will tell you, that is like, I just love when the water hits me. I mean, it's cold as hell, but I just love it. And it's like, it feels really good. And then, and then I'll just come home and then I'll just go to sleep and stuff. So I try to go to the gym at least 4 times a week. I just really love to throw myself in that pool. When I hit that pool, it's like I'm in heaven. It's just my thing. So, but yeah, Miss Max, I am all over the place, but it is organized and stuff. And then I do my videos. I try to do my videos as I'm working on customers' orders, okay? Because a lot of times I'll be working on a new order, and if it's something new that I know I haven't shown you guys, then I'll be like, hey, while I'm working on this order, let me do the video at the same time. That way you guys can see how I actually make things, okay? So, yeah. So yeah, I'm all over the place, but I gotta be and stuff. Hey, Lydia, Anna, how are you? I love the ideas with the towels. Oh, thanks, Anna. And this is the other thing too. Also, one of the things that I was thinking was this can be very popular for kids. Okay. A lot of times kids want their little hand towels in their bathroom. And if you could make hand towels like this, all you got to do is just put their little name on the side, and it doesn't have to be big or anything like that. These would sell. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying, because I really, when I saw that, and then I went and I created one for me, and I did this one for me. I thought it was kind of cute. I mean, I wouldn't do the knockdown stitch though anymore. If you guys can see that, I wouldn't do the knockdown stitch anymore. I think I'll leave that out the next time. I think what I'll do is I'll just do the name. I'll just do the name and stuff. But I think this is something that's going to be really cute for like when I have family or friends that come and visit, because sometimes occasionally I'll have a friend that'll um, you know, um, come for business or something like that. And I always love when they come and they ask, hey, can we come by or whatever? Is it all right we spend one night or something like that? I'm like, sure, no problem. And I always like to set up the bathroom for them, because it makes your guests really feel welcomed. They're like, oh my god, it's like, so I always like to do that. I always like to make a little basket in there where I put the little soaps, and then I put little toothbrushes, disposable toothbrushes in there with toothpaste and all that kind of stuff and everything. And then I always like to embroider the bath towels, because bath towels are pretty inexpensive. They're really not expensive at all. And when you go ahead and you just hang those with, and they see that they have it with their names on it, that's like a really nice thing. And then pillowcases are very affordable too. They're not expensive at all. And you can just take the pillowcase, and right on the edge of the pillowcase is where I will do a really cute, use a really cute, simple font and put their name on it and stuff. And you will be surprised. They would be like, oh my God. And you go, yeah, that's your pillowcase. Take it with you, and it's cute, something memorable, I love to personalize stuff, because it really, it's special, when people visit, and they see that things are personalized for them. It really is special. Like, I think I told you guys before, When me and Fred entertain and we have other couples come for dinner and stuff, I like to personalize the wine glasses, and I put them at the dinner table, and then the wine glasses at the end of the night, they get to take the wine glasses with them and it has their name on it. That's always a big hit. Dinner napkins, I embroider the dinner napkins with their names or initials and stuff. That's also a big hit too. When I dress up the dinner table. So, yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff. I really do. And stuff, because it really makes people feel welcome and everything. So it's something that I really like doing. Let's see. Hey Jenny, how are you? Hey Miss Holland, how are you? Well learned, so you can teach us the serger. I have a serger and I use it to do seams on my clothing. Yeah, I can, as a matter of fact, what I should have, and you know what, I have more of these. So what I'll do is I'll video tomorrow how I cut these up, and then just how I serge the edges. And at the same time, while I'm doing that, Annette, what I will do is I will show you how you can finish off these edges, the different ways that you can finish them off. Because, yeah, I can definitely do that and stuff. So, because I know tomorrow I'll be working on these and stuff. Hey, Tanya, how are you? Hey, Miss Mickey, how are you? Hey, Miss Miles, Crafty Puerto Rican, how you doing? Hey, Tammy, how are you? See. Hey, Karen, anyone from here from Suckler, South Carolina? Oh, Miss Max, the edge is what really made me get the program. It looks so much better on a small patch that I stitched. The circular felt unfinished. Oh, okay. So I guess you like the Merly edge. And it is. I will tell you this. The edging on these patches, if you look real close, they are thick. They are really, really thick. So I don't know. To me, it looks rich. It really does. And I liked it. I don't know. I did. And as you saw on the other patch, where's the patch that I cut out? I don't even know where I put that thing. Yeah. But as you can see also, I'm really glad that I stitched this out and showed this to you guys, because one of the things that I was thinking was, because I know me, okay? If I was looking for another way to make the patches, I would have thought this. I would have said, hey, I'm going to do the knockdown stitches. I don't need that. I can do the knockdown stitches. It's probably going to look just as good. And as you can see, it didn't. It didn't, okay? Now, would this look good if I had did it on twill? I don't think so either. I don't think this would have looked good on twill either, okay? Because the spacing within the stitches on a knockdown stitch is not the same. And you got to remember too, knockdown stitches is for a different purpose, okay? The reason why you're using knockdown stitches is so that when you have something that's a very fluffy material, is to hold down the fabric. All right. So it's not to be used as a actual fill. Okay. It is to hold down fibers of particular fabric. So yeah. So that's why for that is it just is for patches, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna look good and stuff. Merly, yeah. Let's see. I'm going down. Hey, Peggy, I have a question on my multi-needle has a laser crosshair. So when I do a trace, does the center of the crosshair indicate where the needle will end in the design? No, that is not where the needle is going to end. Now, what you are talking about is like in some of my videos, when I talk about the template, when you're talking about that crosshair, that cross on that template, that indicates the center of that design. It has nothing to do with where the design is going to start or end. That is the center of your design. That's what that means, that cross, okay, that you see on the template. All right. Hey, Danielle, how are you? It's good to hear your voice in my house again. Thanks for this class. I often wondered about that part of embrilliance. Oh, you're welcome, Danielle. I hope you're going to be at the show at the expo, because we got to hang out. Okay, Miss Max says, when I did the patches, here we go. All right. When I did the patches, even the edges were different. I didn't like it. I was very happy with the patch I did for my client. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that is one thing though. I do recommend, do talk to your clients and let them know if you are using a Merly edge patch. Because seriously, I have had some clients that don't care for it and they want a satin, which is fine, because I can do satin. Okay. Usually that has to be digitized or something like that. And I'll send it over to Faisal, and Faisal will go ahead and fix that for me real quick. But sometimes people don't care for that. So, you just want to make sure that your client is happy with the outcome. Okay. Because remember, you want your stuff to look golden all the time. All the time. Let's see. I'm trying to go down to see. Oh, let's see. Thanks for the class. I've been thinking of adding the program to Embrilliance. Very helpful. Oh, you're welcome. And I will put the link to the Embrilliance Merly patches on the video below if you guys are interested. Okay, but I don't want you guys to feel like you're obligated or anything like that. The whole thing for this video was to show you the different options, and and what you can do if you have it, or if you just really can't get it, what alternatives you can have. Okay, that's really what I wanted to share with you guys. Okay. What is the best cheaper use to printing your mailing labels? Anna, if you go to my Amazon storefront, you'll see that I do have a I think it's called Rollo printer, thermal printer. I like it. It was easy for me to use. But Amazon does sell them. And and let me tell you, since you asked about the mailing labels, let me tell you about a lesson that I learned the hard way. Okay. When I first started doing my business, right? I saw those mailing label machines, and I was like, I don't need that. I don't really need that at all. So I was printing them out with my regular printer. Well, doing that was such a huge mistake because I ran out of ink all the time. I was running out of ink like crazy. What I didn't know was those thermal label printers, they actually work off heat, not ink. Okay. So it's just so much cheaper. I mean, I was like so happy when I got my mailing label printer, but I learned the hard way what that printer was all about. And you live and you learn, right? You live and you so I love it. And I got the Rollo one, and it works really well. I've been using it now for like 4 years, and it works great. So, but that's the one that I have, and I do have it in my Amazon storefront and stuff. Hey Terry, how are you? Is that a 3x3 patch? I believe so. I don't have a ruler. Oh yeah, I do. Well, I have this little clip thing. Let's see. Yes. Well, no. Oh yeah. Yes, it is. It is. These are 3x3. Yes, it is. Let me see. Okay. Jenny asked, what is the big difference between the towel and twill? I just received poly twill from Dime, and really looking forward to making the patches. Okay. It's actually the finishing. Okay. Like I said, and it depends on what it is that you want to look for. Okay. If you're okay with this, I'm not saying that it's bad, but for me, I just like this look. Okay. I think it looks cleaner. Okay, Jenny, for me, when I look at this, it looks all right. It doesn't look bad, but it just looks cleaner. I don't know. So it's really just a preference, really. Okay. And the thing is, I would prefer to use the twill also because, if I was to take this and then just glue it on and then sew it on, it kind of gives it a more of a 3D look. It pops out of the fabric a little more than when you actually sew this onto the towel. It's kind of more sunk in. So it kind of depends on the look you're going for. All right. The other thing too is, one of the things is the edging. Okay, this is the thing that I really kind of don't like about it. All right, in the Merly patch, like I was saying earlier, if you look at here, look at the edges and you can see some of the white of the towel. Okay, right around here. Now, one way to kind of fix that is if you take red thread and you sew around it, you can probably close that off a little more. Okay, but the thing is, why would you do that? Because you have this actually embroidered on here. Okay, as you can see right here, you don't see the white edging that much. And when I go ahead and I go to sew it, I'm going to use red thread, and it will most likely cover those holes that you see on the side. And I don't know, it's, to me, I just feel like it would give it a more professional look. It's just a preference to me. That's really it is. I mean, it's just really, to me, it just looks more solid. That's all. Um, hey Kathy, how are you? Crafty Puerto Rican. She says she got her twill from Dime as well. I should look into that and see what the prices are, if the prices are a little better. I got my twill from Statuals. Yeah, so and I'm not, store Pacific. So to me, if you got good quality twill and you sell it a lot cheaper, of course I'm gonna go to that person that sells it better, and stuff. Hey Ozzy, how are you? Oh, Karen asks, do you do the patches on your single or the multi knit? I do it on both, Karen. I do. I do it on both. Um, if it's just like for, let's say I need a patch, let's say drop something. Let's say that I just need to make a small patch like this. I'll do it on my single needle. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get good quality whether it's on your single needle or you get it on your multi. Now if I have multiple patches, then most likely I'll do that on the multi needle. Okay, but if it's just one patch, I'll just put it on. As you can see, I already got my embroidery bed on there because I was playing around with it. So yeah, but I do it. I do them on the single needle. I mean, it's a patch. It's not, it's very easy to hoop and stuff. Twill is just it's just a piece of fabric. So you would just take this and hoop this, and you would just go ahead and do the embroidery right on the twill. Okay. So and the same thing with the plastic, because I do sometimes use the plastic to do patches. Okay. um you know yeah, so you can do it on either. Some people do it on plastic, some people do it on the twill. I have to admit, my favorite is the twill. Okay, but if I don't have the right color, then what I'll do is I'll do the plastic and stuff, and it works out. um let's see. Hey Veronica, how you doing? Oh, the duck, maybe the duck bill. Well, I don't, you could, I think you could. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm, what I was thinking, Veronica, I was thinking about the curve, because you can use the duck mill, because the duck mill kind of helps you so that you're not cutting the edges of the scissors. Okay. I kind of like these because of that curve, because it has the curve, especially when I'm working with a circle. Right now, if I'm working with a square like this, then yeah, I mean, I'm not going to use a curved scissor. I'm most likely going to use a straight scissor and stuff. So yeah. um oh There you go. I like to do the patches with felt. It seems a little more sturdy and thicker. I've done that too. Yes. And I like the look also because it has like that fuzz, that material thing. So, and J Love, thank you for posting that because let's say you guys don't want to do the Embrilliance route, right? What she is mentioning right here, felt, very inexpensive. Okay, you can go to Michael's and you can buy a sheet of felt. And as a matter of fact, I have felt. Let me show you. Let me show you. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hold on. Mallow, where's the felt? We want to show them the felt. All right. Where do I have more? Oh, is that where that thing went? Okay. I got one felt. Okay. This is the other thing. Jayla, thank you so much for making that comment. Okay. Let's say you have the edge. You know what I like about this felt? It looks nice. It looks nice. You can go and you can get, like, let's say you just buy the edge, right? Like she's talking about. You could do the edge on here and then you can embroider the name. And the felt can serve as like the fill. Okay. And I really like the texture of this. So I have done this, okay, with a patch, and it looks so cute. And you can buy felt in so many different colors. You can go, this is one piece that I bought from Michael's. You go to Michael's, get your Michael's coupon, okay? And you can buy, they got so many, they got purple, white, black. I mean, all the colors, green, yellow, anything. All the colors, you can use this and it'll look so cute. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video on doing a patch on a felt. J-Lo, I have to, let me write that down because, so you guys can see, because they look so cute on felt. Patch on felt. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna create a patch so you guys can see how cute it looks. You guys may end up going, the hell with twill. I want to use felt because it does come out really nice. Thank you so much for mentioning. I totally forgot about the twill, Jayla. Totally forgot about it and stuff. I'll try felt. Try it, Miss Miles. You'll like it. And stuff. I never did patches. I'll check it out. As a kid, we always put patches on our jeans and our jean jackets. I did too. Yes. And I remember at one time people were using patches to cover up the holes. Like, let's say you ripped your jeans or something like that. They would take a patch and they would sew it on the jean so that way it would cover up the hole. I remember that. Yes. That is so true. Hey, Renetta, how are you? Let's see. Missed the announcement. Oh, I was talking about the sew and quilt shawl and stuff. School patches can be expensive too. Better to make your own. You are so right, Nancy. My sister's true. And there is something also. I'm getting a lot of people that have kids that go to private school that they have to buy like the polo shirts and all that kind of stuff. I did a video on one of them, and it's like these folks charge an arm and a leg for uniforms and stuff. So if you know how to make those school patches and everything like that, you can save people a lot of money. I'm telling you. Oh, Jenny, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And so, hey, Peggy. Oh, this crafty Patty. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. I really appreciate that. And so, Renetta, got my first PE embroidery machine on Facebook for $200, hardly used. So what Pro software? Thinking Brilliance is better because for what I witnessed. Well, I don't know. I mean, I never used So What Pro, but like I said, it depends. This is the thing. It depends what it is that you want to try to do. Okay. I know a lot of people that use So What Pro and they seem to be really happy with it. Okay. So it really depends what it is that you want out of your software. Okay. So, so don't, I mean, just you gotta find the software that's going to really meet your needs. And what's more important also is a software that you can work with and you can understand. All right, that you find easy to work with and all that kind of stuff. Because that is really, really important, because you don't want to come out and buy software and then all of a sudden you're like, great, I got this software, now I don't know how to freaking work it. You know what I mean? Then it's like, you just wasted your money and stuff. Oh, and then Crafty Puerto Rica says yes. Embroidery Essentials has the applique shapes that can be used to make patches. That is very, very true. So there's ways you can get around it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, if you just want to make, like I said, if you just want to make a simple patch, you just need the frame. You just need the outline. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And then you can put in the words inside of the square and all that kind of stuff. And then, like J-Lo said, instead of twill, okay, because twill can get pricey, okay? Twill can get pretty expensive. And, try the felt. I'm telling you, she is true. This is like, I think I spent like 20 cents for a sheet, something like that. And you could probably make a couple of patches on this one sheet. Okay, so very inexpensive, come in all these different colors and stuff, and I'm telling you, it come out really nice. I will do a video, and that way you guys can see it. As a matter of fact, I'll even do it on the SC1900 so you guys can see how it would look and stuff. Really, really cute. Let's see. Hey, Alice, how you doing? Oh, please oh, yes, guys. If you guys like the video, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Would help the channel. It really, really would. And I think I have, I think I got 46 and 78. What? How come y'all ain't giving me that thumbs up? What's up? I'm giving you all this 411. Let me stop. But please do. Thanks, Alice. I appreciate that. Pillowcases, easy to make too. Yes, they are. Pillowcases are not hard to do. There are tons of videos out there on how to make pillowcases. But I gotta tell you, a lot of times what I'll do, for adults, like for kids, sometimes you want to buy different fabrics and stuff like that. But for adults, usually what I'll do is I buy a basic standard pillowcase, and I'll usually get a color of gray or white or something like that, and then I'll just embroider the edge. That's what I do and stuff. You can make a nice gift set. Yep, that's usually what I do. I need to embroider some towels. Been dreading to do it. Oh, they're easy to do, Sonia. Miss Miles, very, very easy. Oh, in the bread and breakfast we rented last week, the owner had placed black wash towels by the sink, and embroidered on it were eyelashes and the word makeup. Really cute idea. See, there are just so many things you can do. They really are, and it's really cute because it's like and that's a cute idea. Eyelashes with the word makeup. That's kind of cute. That's pretty cute and stuff. There's just so many things you can do. They really are. Is it possible to go to the site and show us what twill you recommend? Yeah, I can probably, let me try to do that, Veronica. All right, let me see if I can share my screen. Let me remove this. This is where I went and I got mine. But I'm going to tell you, Veronica, there probably shop around. Okay, I am telling you, shop around. But let me share the screen first of all. Hold on. Let me bring up the site of where I bought it. Okay. There we go. And now I'm going to share the screen. And here we go. All right. Okay. All right. So I got it up. This is where I went. And let me see if I can remember. All right. Right here under more, okay, what I did, you hit twill, okay, and you select that. And then right here, poly twill. This is the one that I get, the poly twill, okay. And as you can see, they have all these different colors, okay, and you pick the, how much you want. I guess you select one, and as you can see, look, it can get kind of pricey. Okay, it can get kind of pricey. So it's $15 right now and 70 cents for a yard. Okay, so it can get kind of pricey. All right, so that is where I get it from. But and the other thing, let me get back in here and remove. Okay, and this is the other thing too. Sometimes they sell the poly twill, and I have it. My poly twill has adhesive behind it. This is just my opinion, okay? I'm sure there's a reason why they do this, but this is my opinion. I don't think it's worth it to buy it with the adhesive behind it. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, let me look at this one that I did with the poly twill that I dropped. Hold on. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. This is why. This is the twill, right? This twill is the same one from here. And this has adhesive behind it, all right? The reason why I say that I would not spend the extra money to buy the twill with the adhesive is because if you were to take your patch and you turn it around, what you see is you see all bobbin thread. The bobbin thread, especially when I did the fill, okay, because I did the fill, of course, you have the thread on the top and then you have the thread at the bottom, which is your bobbin thread. Your bobbin thread is covering the adhesive glue. So there is no glue. The glue is underneath the bobbin thread, under the embroidery in the back. So I paid extra for that adhesive when in actuality, if you use the fill and you have your design, all that adhesive is not going to be, accessible. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have it all covered up. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have to take heat and bond, and then I'm going to have to put it on here and iron it. So you're going to have to put your own adhesive on the twill anyway, because you covered the back with the bobbin, okay, with the bobbin thread. So to me, it's not worth spending the extra money. It's really not, so they do sell it with the adhesive and they do sell it without. I didn't know any better. I didn't think about the stitching, right? And then when I bought it, and then I got it, and then I embroidered it, and then when I looked behind it, I said, wait a minute, I just covered up all my adhesive with my bobbin thread. So I had to use my heat and bond anyway. So I didn't see the value of using the twill with the adhesive. Okay, I could have saved money by buying it just plain. Okay, and then if I didn't have the fill, I probably would have the adhesive exposed, like here. Okay, this is this is just the twill, right? And as you can see, I didn't add any of the fill, right? So when I turn it around, right here where it's stitched, of course, the adhesive is underneath the stitch. But then if you look here, this is all adhesive. So I can still use this, and those parts that don't have the thread in the back will stick to the fabric, and it'll stick enough so that I can sew around the edge. Okay, so it really depends on how you're going to create your patches, right? If you're going to use the fill, then you don't need the adhesive behind your twill. But if you're going to use it like this, where you're not going to add any of your any filling, right? So let's say you don't have the software, right? You're just buying the frame, and then you could use, I would say, okay, then it's probably worth it. Okay. But then again, don't think you have to get it, because the alternative is just get Heat and Bond Light, and you can just put it in the back, just like if here. So in actuality, I don't know if is it really worth the extra money. I'm not sure. I don't know. I probably wouldn't do it. I mean, I bought it because I didn't know any better. But if I had to do it all over again, it would just be plain poly twill with no adhesive in the back. I don't need the adhesive. If I need adhesive, I can take a piece of Heat and Bond. Got plenty of it here anyway that I use for applique and all that kind of stuff. So why spend the extra money? That's just me. Okay. So yeah. So can someone who has Marley make some patch edging? I don't want anyone or myself to get into trouble if it's not possible. You can get the patch edging off of Etsy. There are people out there, Miss Miles, that do sell it. Yeah. So let's see. Has an awesome hat hooping for brother machines you can embroider. Okay. Curious how thermal labels work. Thanks for the tidbit. Yeah, it's heat, and it is worth the money. It's because but you have to make sure you buy the labels that go with the printer. Okay, you can't just use regular paper either. But they're not that expensive, honestly. In the long run, you do save money by using that. Okay. Hey Jenny, good to be here and learn from you. Oh, Rita, I'm glad. Can you do patches on camera? You can. You can. You can do it. I mean, there is no rule. You can use leather. I've seen people do patches on leather. If you want to do it on fabric, you can do it too. Okay. I would just starch the fabric because you want to make sure that it's tough, right? You can do it on vinyl. Be creative. I mean, who said you got to follow rules all the time, right? You can be creative. You'd be surprised some of the really nice stuff that you can make and stuff. Just do your thing. I use the harder felt from Hobby Lobby. It's great for patches. There you go. See, a lot of people use the felt and stuff. These people on my job love the patches. They buy them all the time. See, they are very good sellers. I'm telling you, if you guys are really good at making patches, that is a creative way to make some money. And patches don't take long. They really don't. Well, it depends on the size, okay? And then the detail that's in the patch, okay? Because I do have some patches that take over an hour to stitch out, okay? But then I have some patches that are real easy and stuff, but they are good money makers. I'm telling you, patches are really, really, really good. Let me see. Oh, I'll try felt. I have lots. Yes, Veronica, try it. Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna like it. I think you're really gonna like it and stuff. Let me see. Okay, if you make the patch on Merly, can you change the border to satin? I have not tried doing that. The thing is, the whole Merly thing is to use the Merly edge. Okay, so if you want a satin, then I would look at maybe an applique edging. Okay, and I'm sure there's a way you can probably do that in Brilliance. I'm sure in any type of embroidery software and stuff. But Merly is really the style of patch edging and stuff. So yeah. Jeanette, where do you purchase your labels for your towels? They are located in the Amazon storefront, which is in the link of the video. Okay, so if you click on my Amazon storefront and you search for labels, you will find the link there. Let's see. I knew that you did the video on the polo shirt. I had to watch it. Oh, I did. Yes, I did. I did do that. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Really love and enjoy your live shows and topics. Oh, thanks. Let me see. Jeanette, would you mind doing another Embrilliance training session? I purchased Embrilliance and I can't figure out how to show the vacuum cleaner icon. The vacuum cleaner icon, Angela and Stitches, that is a other module. That is not Enthusiast. That Enthusiast has the knockdown stitches. The vacuum is the density repair kit. And what that does is it looks at your design and it minimizes the amount of stitches in that design. Okay, it takes out all the unnecessary stitches, so that way you can kind of save on time and thread. So I do believe I have a video on the channel on the density repair kit, and if I don't, I will make one. Yeah, but that's a whole other module. That's not part of Enthusiast. Okay. Let me see. I made many pillowcases and personalized the cuff. Yes, and that is what I do. I actually take the cuff of the pillow and I actually put the person's name on it, and they love that. They love it. I mean, it is a really big one. Sassy says she needs a serger. Have a blessed weekend. Oh, thank you, Anna. You'll love a serger. They are unnecessary. Oh my goodness. Everybody's loving those sergers and stuff. Okay, I think I am at the bottom of the chat. I am. Okay, great. All right, I got everybody's questions and everything like that. So, guys, it is 10 o'clock. As always, I always go over. And so, but I wanted to do this video. I was trying so hard to do this video for you guys to show like the benefits of, what is it that you really get if you go ahead and you purchase that, right? Versus, all right, so I can't really do the purchase right now. How can I create a patch that looks good and is decent and stuff without spending all that money and stuff? Because like I said, it can get kind of pricey. Embroidery is it can get there. And you know what's so sad too? It creeps up on you. The cost creeps up on you because as you start working on projects, that's when you go, oh, well, now I need this and now I need that and now I need to buy this design and stuff like that. And you know what is really the most expensive thing besides the machine in embroidery, and people never realize that, is the designs that you buy. That is the most expensive thing. And I see Debbie asked the question, how much do you charge for the patch? It depends. Okay, Debbie, it depends. And I know you're probably like, what kind of answer is that? Well, a lot of things you have to take in consideration. First of all, you got to ask about the quantity. Then you also have to look at the stitch count. Then you also have to look at how detailed the design is, okay? How many changes of colors you got going on and stuff like that. Is it a simple, simple patch that you can make? Like if it's a small stuff, okay, now first of all, my minimum is $15. Okay, even if you ask me to stitch out one letter, it's $15. That's my minimal. That's it. Okay, if you can't pay me $15, that machine doesn't turn on. That's how I am. Okay, so that's my minimal. However, though, then the price goes from 15, it goes higher. So depending on the patch that you're looking for, some patches I sometimes charge 20, 25. I've even charged $50 for a patch, depending on the level of detail, how many stitches, how many colors. If I have to get the artwork digitized and all that kind of stuff, it can really get expensive and stuff like that. So it's just something that, I mean, I know that's probably not exactly, Debbie, what you're kind of looking for, but the thing is, you got to remember, embroidery is custom work. It really is. It's custom work. So a lot of times, when I do jobs, the prices are not going to be the same. All right. So, somebody will come to me and they'll give me something that they want done, and it'll be one price. And then the next customer comes in. Sometimes things can be a little bit similar and stuff like that, but they're a little bit more work. It also depends also on the product. All right. Because some things are easy to hoop, some things are not. And if something is very complicated for me to hoop under a multi-needle machine or a single needle machine, whatever machine, then I charge more for that. Because the thing is, I have to babysit. Okay, that means I have to babysit the product. All right. So if I have a bag that I have to actually hold while it's embroidering, and that thing is embroidering for about an hour, well, guess what? I'm going to be charging for that, because that means that as that item is embroidering, I have to hold it. And as I'm holding it, that means I can't work on other jobs. So there's a lot of factors that I do consider into my pricing. I think I did like 2 embroidery happy hours on talking about different price structures that people use and all that kind of stuff and everything. You have to really think about what how you, the type of work that you're doing and how you want to get compensated for it and stuff. And one of the things is really just don't cut yourself short. A lot of people I find do that. They underprice and they do a lot of work, and it's not good. It's not good. You never want to feel undervalued. That's for sure. Okay. And stuff. Where do you go to for a digitizer? I have a digitizer that I work with. I actually have 3 digitizers that I work with. I did post their information. They're part of our Facebook group, and I do have their information on the Facebook group under the guide section. Those are the ones that I use. It's very important that, you don't just use one digitizer, use several, because you never know when one is too busy that can't help you if you have a rest job or something like that. So I always like to have at least 3 that I can go to and work with. So, that's how I do it and stuff. So anyway, so guys, I am going to call it the night. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with me. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the super chats and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it too. I hope you found this valuable. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that. And if you're, new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And and share my videos, please do. If you find other people out there that might find the videos that I post, and help them out with embroidering or running an embroidery business and stuff like that, please share it. I'm here to teach, and I love what I do. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great weekend. Please be safe, and I hope to see some of you guys at the Sewing and Quilt Expo in September. I'm pretty excited about it. So I will talk to you guys next Friday. As always, happy sewing and happy embroidering. You guys take care. Love you guys. Bye.